Welcome, welcome, hello everyone. Welcome again to another Global Hack Week open source stream. Hi everyone. Sorry if my background is really messy. I don't know why backgrounds on the StreamYard are really weird. Hi Skitty. Hi Shemari. Hi Jiska Ranji. Hi Kim. Nice to see you again, Kim. So nice to see you. So yeah, welcome everyone today. So welcome to the Open Source 101 stream. Hi Siri, hi Chingwei Bekbu. Is it pronounced Chingwei Bekbu? Hi Rita, welcome everyone. So yeah, let's just begin. Okay, thank you so much for joining, Audrey. Hey Raj, welcome everyone. Welcome. So yeah, welcome everyone. We're going to learn how to contribute to open source. We're going to learn the difference between contributing to open source and contributing to documentation and things like that. This stream is going to be really related with our. It's going to be them with the Puffy Amiyumi show, which is a old Cartoon Network series. I think it's something like kind of anime, like it's kind of uh, Occidental anime or something like that, like Teen Titans and things like that. So yeah, Okay, so let me just open my slides, and after that we can just start. Blah, 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 blah. And let me know if you can see already my slides. Uh, okay, yeah, let me just fit it to the screen. Yeah, I think I'm going to just keep it like this. And with this, I think that should be uh, okay. Let me just yeah. Now you should be able to see everything. So yeah, welcome everyone. We're going to be streaming Open Source 101. So yeah, again, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone who's joining. Safe, Audrey. Thank you so much for joining while you're on the road. Hi, everybody. Welcome everyone. So yeah, let's talk about um, a Puffy and Mayumi show. Welcome to Open Source 101. And these slides are going to be really them with the Puffy and Amiyumi show. So if you don't know who Puffy and Amiyumi are, they are like a Japanese rock band which became really popular on Cartoon Network some years ago. Like I think it was almost my childhood or something like that. But yeah, if you don't know me, I'm David Lazaro. You can tell me David. You can tell me. You can say David. You can use anything you want. I'm a GitHub Campus expert. I'm a MLH coach. I love hackathons. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have been working in some fields like front-end technologies, cloud computing, DevOps, backend, doing developer advocacy, and things like that. But still, like I'm trying to find like which is the area I really like, which is the area I don't like a lot. But yeah, like unfortunately, I have try a lot of things. So thanks to that, do know. Uh, I do know what I don't like. Yes, I have tried security. Security is one of the most interesting things I like. I think it's I do like security, but there's a lot of administration and things like that that bore me a lot. But the thing I do like about security is like solving, like trying to find that solution to some problems. Like I do like capture the flags and things like that. I do like them a lot. And fun thing about or a fun fact about me is that I'm the self-claimed official Mexican food advocate in this Global Hack Week. You can ask me anything about tacos, birria, carne asada, tamales. If you want to learn about um, any Mexican food, you can talk to me. We can discuss anything about Mexican food. So yeah, just talk to me and send me a DM, and we're going to talk about anything you want. So again, this is Amiyumi, or I don't know if this is Buffy. To be honest, I really totally forgot it. But yeah, we're going to see them a lot in these slides. So what is open source? So this is a workshop about what open source. So why are you not talking about open source, David? Okay, calm your horses. Calm you. Calm me then. We're going to talk about open source now. So open source is a term that originally referred to open source software, and open source software is code that is designed to be publicly accessible. Anyone can see it, can modify it, can distribute it, and they can use it however they want to use them. Um, Open source software is developed in a decentralized and a collaborative way, so relying on peer review and community production. So this definition is the official Red Hat definition of open source. But the thing here about, or the cool thing about open source is open source relies on some pillars for the open source philosophy. So whenever we are building open source software, we want our software to be transparent, collaborative. If we want to release easy, early, and often, and also we want to be really inclusive. Yeah, we're going to contribute in this stream. We are going to. I'm going to show you um, some cool of first contribution finders. We're going to try also to contribute to some projects. And if you have a project that you're developing right now and you want me to contribute to it, I'm going to try to contribute. And yeah, we can see anything that you want. Now, back to open source and the pillars of OS philosophy. So when we're talking about transparency, we're talking about like, hey, if you're developing software that solves any kind of problem, we all want to have access to it. We all want to know like, hey, how does that software works? How does this thing is based, and in which technologies are we relying on, and things like that. Also, the cool thing about open source is that you can collaborate, like everyone can contribute to open source. If we want our software to be collaborative, we use platforms like GitLab, GitHub, or even just hosting them on a cloud and with your friends contributing on, I don't know, on Discord and things like that. But yeah, we have GitHub and GitLab, so that would make your life a little bit easier. So yeah, also, we want to rely early and often. So whenever you're developing software or solving a business problem, we all have access. We want to have access to that information. Oh my God, I think I copy and paste just the same one as transparency. That was my bad. But when talking about release early and often, we are talking about like we want to know like which is going to be the next change into our next version of that software. And if we have some bugs or we have some things like I don't know, if we have an issue or anything like that, we want to see that issue. We want the community to contribute by just creating issues, by just seeing things, or maybe adding documentation and things like that. And by just adding those small things, we are building new software. We are releasing early, and we are releasing often on solving problems that maybe our current project has. And also, we want to be inclusive. We want to have inclusive meritocracy. So what does this mean is that anyone can contribute. Good ideas come from anywhere, and the best ideas should win. So that is why we use issues, we use GitHub discussions, and we have some forums for just contributing to for saying like, hey, this. It will be a great idea if you add this technology to your project, or you do this or that, and things like that. And yeah, so those are the main things of the pillars of OS philosophy. And the cool thing about open source is when we contribute to open source, everyone wins. So hackers win in this way. And when we're talking hackers, we're talking about like other persons who are maintaining and building this open source software. So the cool thing about this is that we can level up our skills. We can learn a lot by just contributing to some open source projects. Either is learning how a real world open source project works, how to establish the management of a project that we are hosting on GitHub or we're maintaining and things like that. I don't know, learning new technologies that the project uses and things like that. Also, we have a lot of networking in when contributing to open source projects. For example, I see that Manan Codes just shared a Screenbow's GitHub repository. So because Manan decided to participate, I now know that Manan hosts or maintains this Screenbow's open source project. So whenever I want to, I don't know, meet Manan or chat with him or anything like that, I can just contact Manan, and now I know that whenever I have a similar project or a project that Manan likes, I can talk with Manan and say, "Hey Manan, we have this cool project. You should totally take a look to it." And now that you have looked to it, we can just contribute with each other. And finally, you're building your cool portfolio. I don't know if you know what Google Summer of Code is, but knowledge fellowship, GitHub internships. Like, imagine being a student, being a hacker, like an early hacker from high school or from early career. By showing that you have contributed to some open source projects, like, I don't know, hey, look, I built, or some of my code is part of the Swift code base, or maybe I contributed to Upright, to GitHub, to GitLab, to some really big open source projects that that the tech industry is using right now. that sounds really amazing. That shows me as a company was someone who wants uh, programmers or who is looking for really cool hackers that can help me to build solutions. That is some really cool, and by just showing that in your portfolio, like takes you up to a next level, you know. And companies also win something when we are contributing to of open source. And when I mean companies, a lot of open source projects have this business to business or business to client services. Maybe they are early features. Maybe they are I don't know, like faster response time or anything like that. These open source projects help a lot of companies, and also we are changing the ecosystem that this company is using. Like maybe the performance of these open source technologies that we are using are 10 times better than the one that the companies are using right now. Open source projects are really flexible and extensible. So we know that if I'm using a really cool open source project that has become really popular, I know that it constantly is going to be changing, it's going to be flexible. I can use that open source project in some version and modify it as I want. For example, there are a lot of open source projects that became popular like today, thanks to some other open source projects like I don't know Next.js or like Gatsby or things like that. That's a lot of companies are using them right now, and as you can see, we have performance, good stability, good flexible and extensible things, and we can help others or these companies to have better reputation because they use open source projects or they use some available source code of how these really cool projects of some companies that um, some other persons uses, right? So yeah, these are the benefits. But the thing that we are now interested in is how do I pick my first open source project to contribute to? So my advices will be the next one. So the first thing is start small. So the best way to ease yourself into some open source project is just to start with the smart and a small, relatively simple contributions and work your way towards bigger ones over the time. So many open source developers get their start with documentation type of fixes or other small changes like, hey, maybe you can just change the color of this button. Maybe you can help me to identifying which box typos or something like that I have on my documentation and things like that. So that will be it. And if you want, we can see on the next session how to contribute to documentation. But today we're going to just focus on open source. So yeah, the cool thing about just starting small is that you get used to the flow of open source contribution. You can see how making a first issue works, how to make a PR, how to do things like that. That help you a lot. Like it gets really easier while you're making just small changes just by contributing with small, as really small books or things like that that you can contribute by solving them. The other one, the other advice I have is help projects you are already using. Like maybe you are using, for example, I have not taken a look into the Manan Code project, but maybe Manan uses something like Next.js or some JavaScript library or anything like that, like maybe an npm dependency or some things. So these npms dependencies or these little, or not that little, but really great libraries or JavaScript libraries that we use on our projects, or maybe a Python library or anything like that, I can contribute to those projects that I'm already using on my project, to those libraries, to those tools that I use day by day on my daily basis projects. So let's say you're already been working on some software project for work personal study or for building your portfolio. Maybe your project relies on some open source software like Swift, and you're looking at Swift documentation is really bad. You want to make that documentation 10 times better. Maybe your web page or your portfolio has a map of the companies that you have worked on or things like that. I don't know. But yeah, maybe you are using OpenStreetMaps, so you can use OpenStreetMaps, see some issues that are currently on their GitHub or anything like that. So you can just be contributing to all the cool tools that you use on your daily basis or on your projects, and just pick whichever you want. I will recommend to pick a library first that is not that great but that you're using. When I mean that is not that great, I mean it is not that big, like it doesn't have a really like a big code base or anything like that. But maybe you can just add some issues for making some contributions to suggesting like a new feature or things like that. And another thing would be what have been catching your attention lately. So think about a minute on the past 3 weeks, like which topic have been catching your attention. Maybe, for example, large language models have been catching my attention a lot in these past weeks. So maybe you want to just contribute to some documentation in how large language models work. Maybe this this interest in this specific topic can help you to even start a new project that persons can contribute to, so that can help you a lot. So yeah, so which topic have been catching your attention? Are you and your friends passionate about something? Maybe you and your friends are really into anime, manga, League of Legends, or some game or some technology, some new series, show, anything like that, and you want to build just a new cool project just that helps, I don't know, LOL players to know which counter to pick, or maybe you and your friends are really into some topic like cosmology or space or dark dark voids or things like that. Like you can start a new project. You can search projects that have a lot to do to cosmology or things like that. It can help you a lot. Or maybe you are just joining a new community, like the trash debt communities, like the Eddie Hub community, or something like that. You can search on those communities to see if someone needs help on their project, and that will be contributing to open source. Also, have you been using or have you been really interested in some new topics, some new framework? You can contribute to those frameworks. And is there any online community that you love and you want to have fun with them? Go ahead. Just pick anything that you want. And finally, we have first good issue finders. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to send you on the Twitch, well, I mean on the chat, uh, all these links that you can use for finding or for using these good first issue finders. With this, you have a lot of things that you can use, and that those ones are going to be the ones that we're going to use for this stream. Just give me a minute to search the links that I had here. Awesome. So let me copy and paste them right here, and let me know if. Oh my god, I think I sent every, everything like one by one. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to pass them one by one. Or you know what? I'm going to share them on the Global Hack Week open source channel, so you can use it. Uh, okay, so you have all the links on the open source week channel, so you can use them for use a good first issue finder, right? So the other thing that we're going to use today is GitHub Code Spaces. So if you don't have, I don't know, maybe your computer has not a lot of power, has not tons of things that can help you. Maybe your internet is bad, or maybe I don't know, you don't have enough memory processment powered, you don't have enough RAM or something like that. So we're going to use GitHub Code Spaces so you don't have to worry about anything, and also for making the contributions really easy to go. So yeah, what do you think if we go and start contributing? Okay, so I'm really interested in getting the Manan Codes profile. So let me just type this. So github.com slash Manan Codes. Uh, okay, so let me just share my screen so you can see it. Blah, 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 blah. Share screen. Let's go to Manan Codes. And let me just open this one. Okay, so we are on Manan Code's profile. Oh, that is a really nice GIF. I think you can already see the screen, right? Okay, so yeah, let's just start. Okay, so we have the Manan Codes. Oh, Manan Codes is really active. Like, he has a lot of digital badges here. Cool. So let's just go into the Manan Code repositories, and I think the one that Manan Code shared was the screen browse, right? So we have a screen browse, and let's see, do we have issues? So let's see, add feature like particular aspect video, add feature to generate gradients, generate random patterns. Okay, so first thing, let's see what this does. The first thing, let me just open this and let me read. So Screenbows, the project is deployed at Screenbows. Screenbow is a tool to generate magical colors from your screen and download them as images. Click on the button to generate new color, get a hex code of the color that is generated, download the color as the image. Okay, yeah, sounds interesting. Let's see it on working. Okay, so we have this, and let's see, let's generate just a random one. Hey, they have some issue here. Like, I don't know if you can see yeah, you can see my mouse. Okay, so I would love, or it would be great if, um, it would be great if I can just select this, or well, change the cursor to pointer so I know that this is a button or anything like that. And let me just see what happens if I do something like 1000. What is there anything supposed to happen when I click this? Okay, so it downloads a background. Oh, it actually downloads a random background. Okay, got it. So, okay, I think I would start here and I go to share this tab. And the first thing that I really want to do is to just go here, and if you are new into how to generate a new code space, you can work in your local machine, but I'm going to work on code spaces. So let me just copy and paste this. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Manan. So the first thing that I would add is just make the quick change of whenever you're passing the cursor from a button, just to change it to the pointer state. So yeah, if you're new in generating a new GitHub code space, the only thing that you should worry about is just to go here into code, and you'll see something like local, but you can select code spaces and open a new code space, and it would open like a Visual Studio Code screen, and that will be it. Like, you're already like, you don't need to worry about installing Node.js or Python or things like that. Like, everything is already installed. And let me know if you can see well the screen, or if you want me to add a little bit of zoom. So either way, I'm going to add a little bit more of zoom. I think this zoom is enough. Is it enough? Let me know. And if not, I will try to see anything. Okay, so we already like as you can see, I didn't do anything. Um, let's just try to like I didn't do anything, and already GitHub is installing all the dependencies and detecting which version of Node.js is using this project. So okay, let's see just the code base. So we have build and we have also node models. We don't care about that. We care about source. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is using React. So if I was a person who doesn't know anything about React, I will go into the documentation. But thankfully, I do know, I know some things about React. I'm not an expert, but yeah, I'll go to the source project and see all my folders. Okay, so I think on React you use npm start if I'm not wrong, and yes, it looks like it is npm start. So cool. Mauritius open blah. Yeah, thank you so much, Manan. We're just going to add some issues, some new features, right? Okay, so we have already our port started, so we are going to open the port, and let me share my port, and yeah, so cool. Okay, so let's just go here into app.js. Let's see what are we using. Okay, so we have a React, we have use effect, use state, and cool. So we have playground. Okay, so let's go into playground. Let's see what do we have here. So we have another variable. So we have primary color, secondary color, get random colors. We have height, width. Okay, inner height, inner width. Okay, so we have set dimensions. We have the image, navbar, console. So we have console. Then we have okay, blah, blah, blah. Got it. Okay, so we have Prego, that model, navbar. So I'm going to suppose that console is the one that we want. For model alignment, random color button. Okay, yeah. So this is the one that we wanted. So we have a styles that color button. Where does the style come from? So we have a styles console model.css. Okay, yeah. So we go to console model.css. So we have console, new color button, random color button. I think it's, let's just search random. No, it actually was called a new color button. No, yeah, new color button for random color button. Yeah, so let's just search new color button, and I'm going to add a new CSS rule for just on hover, change the cursor to pointer. So for hovering, you just need to add this and hover. And now we can just go here and say something like cursor. Yeah, thank you so much, GitHub Codespaces. So transform scale hot transition 0 to 2. Okay, so let's see if this does. Oh, well, so sorry, I was not showing my screen of code, right? Sorry for that. So sorry. No. It was my bad. So sorry for that. Okay, again, the only thing that we did was to open our app.js. After going to app.js, we went into Playground. After going into Playground, we looked into some of the things that we were using here. So we changed then and entered to the console. So I assumed that console was the the white box that we have here, this box right here. So then I changed into the console, and the only thing I wanted to change is some things in the class model style that we have here. So yeah, we just went here and search for new color button. I added the hover to transform into transition, and let me see if this did something. Let me just refresh this, and yes, it did. Okay, so we have this. What do you think? Is it cool enough? I mean, it does the work, right? But it looks like weird that changes the, like, I think we need to add another transform here. So let me just add here a new transition and 30 seconds, and I think we need to add the transform, right? I don't know. So let me see if by just adding this, we did something. Yes, we did. Now it doesn't look like so weird. Okay. Okay, so we have everything right here. The only thing that we had here is, like, again, the only thing that we did was we went and searched for the new color button. And how did I knew that it was this class is because this button, that's, well, we have this comment that says random color button, and it has a random icon. So then I just went to the console.models.css and searched for this name of this variable, and we copy and pasted all these rules. We erased them all, and we just added a new hover rule that changes the cursor, the current cursor to the pointer cursor, and we scale the button by 1.1, and we just added a new transition rule to make it bigger in a transition of 0.2 seconds. And this looks like this, and we added this, and now we need to add this again to the download button. And yeah. Okay, so it would be good if you add it to the button class. It will be applied to, but yeah, that is what I was going to say. That because we need to add this to this both of these two buttons. I think it would be better if we, instead of adding that to this button, we can use search the button class that I think we have here. Yes, we did. So let's just change this to the button hover class. So let me change this like right here, and let me like we do need this here, but also we need it on this button. Okay, so that button, and let me share this tab because I always forget to change my screens. So button hover and blah, 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 no, I don't want this. I want this thing. So we have cursor pointer and we have transition 02. And the other one I want to see, oh yeah, we have it right here. So we have the download button. Let me just add this transition right here. And blah, 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 console that button. So we have console a button. Does this apply to this one? So we have new classical new color button and okay, so where are we using console? So we're using console in some part here. Okay, it's the same thing, I think. Okay, so we have, so what is the difference then? So we have console button. So okay. Okay, it's just for setting the current ones, or what are we using console button? Let me understand. So we have console button that determines the colors and the height of each of the buttons that we currently have. And input focus, okay, so does the GitHub? No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, got it. So I think this should be working right now. So let me just change here and let's see if this actually works. Okay, it makes the change here and it doesn't add download. Console button focus. Let me go again here in the code. So let's see. We have button, span, the new color button, and button. Oh, did I save this? So we have button, background. Is this repeated? So we have button background color and console.background color. Oh, okay. This is the button that is outside, right? So if I go here, yeah, but it doesn't change it. Okay, but it changes the cursor. Okay. So let's see. Let's just go again in my code and let's just add it to the button, to each buttons right here. Let's change this. Add this like instead of putting this, Oh, my bad. I wanted to select this. Let me just change this and add it to all the button focus, background, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let me just then copy and paste this console button, but on hover, we're going to add a new rule, button hover. And we're going to paste the rules that we have here. And pointer, yeah. So let's see if these duos work. Let me share my tab. And it actually works, but it doesn't on GitHub. Is this GitHub is this a button? I think it was on the navbar. No, it was here on GitHub button. Okay, so we have GitHub button. Okay, yeah. So let's just add the new button here. So, it is because it is it is not a button. Okay, got it. So let's just go here and add the same rule here, the GitHub button, but on hover to change it, right? GitHub and hover, apply the same rule, and cursor pointer on hover, and we just change here and sharp this instead. And let me just refresh this, and blah blah blah. Let's see. Okay, it works. Oh yeah, but I forgot to add the transition value here. So let me add the transition value. And with this, everything should be okay. I think so. Let's see if it is. Okay, so we have the buttons right here. Yeah, now everything works perfectly. Yeah, let's go. So what do you think? Does it look good? Am I forgetting to erase something? Let's see, because I pasted this code in some parts, I think. Let me see, transition. So we have transition on download button. Yeah, we needed them. And on new color button, we needed it too. So let me see. Okay, so we have buttons, but the thing here is, why are we using this console button, and how does it differentiate from the new color button? So because we have console button, oh yeah, I think I forgot to erase this, because we have the same thing right here, right? No, or yeah, so we have console button and yeah, just repeat it. So let me just add it here. And input focus, button focus, outline dimensions box, dimensions hand for each tip, add margin left and right. So we can just change this to, I don't know, do you think this should be, like, should it be good if we add just, and we have 10 right here and another 10 right. Yeah, I think so. We have margin, and do you think this should be good? Like, is it more maintainable than adding, like, just having everything in one line with the margins and each one of them? So we have length, percentile, shorthand, yeah. I think it was top, right, left, and not top, right, bottom, and left, right? So yeah, I think this should be it. Okay, so we have console input, border none, font size. Should we add variables to the CSS variables to the project? Like, for example, instead of changing each one of the divs, console input. Well, I think I'm thinking, because just not necessary, I think. Okay. Okay, so we have we're good. I think also bottle can be removed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we can see your code again. Yeah, sorry for that. Oh, my bad. I clicked on the wrong button. But let me just share my screen again and add it to StreamYard. Yeah, I think now you are able to see it, right? So yeah, we have a console input, and okay. So we have a span, console input right, text align right. Okay, media only screen and media, so we're using media queries. And this is for the console. Okay, so let's see if there's any problem with the with anything here with our when we are using some other sizes. Okay, so this looks like this. There's no problem, no problem. Huh. I think we can improve this. Do you think it would be better if instead of choosing this, we add something like, so we have the console and we're using widths and heights, flex duration column. So what do you think if instead of using this, we use, I'm thinking, because we can use, instead of using this, like use it in separate ways, because we have a div that, just let me know if you can just, how can I see if you are seeing like the full size screen? Well, I'm not touching any kind of code right now, but I'm seeing, like, I'm thinking like, do you think it would be better if we try to select like these options? Let me see where the button was. Like, do you think it would be great if we just select exactly these positions right here, and like the first column that has a random button and the hex code input, and the thing I want to do is just to separate each one of them in different how do you say it, like in different columns. So let me just quit this and let's return to the code. So let me share my tab again. So let's go into console. Let me go into the index. So the thing here is that we are using the same div class, but whenever we have whenever we are using some media queries, we change we we containerize the button and the first input in the same thing. So let me think. Yeah, I think the first one is in the first model. Okay, so it says if you have multiple changes that you want to add to a repository, it doesn't matter if you create a PR for all of them or you create a PR for pre-identified. Well, I mean, you can commit, you can make different commits for small changes. And if you are committing small changes, I think it is, you have a better track of each one of the changes that you have. So for example, now that we have changed the buttons, uh, the buttons transition animation, I think we can commit that. Uh, but again, you can do it in what I want to say is it matters whenever you add whenever you affect a lot of files. For example, we're just changing two files of CSS with small changes. I think we can just change this new file that we are going to change. That is a position of the elements that we have on the console box, and with that we can call it a commit and then make the pull request so everything works well. Okay, so yeah, my answer will be if it doesn't affect more than 5 files or like 3 files or anything like that. I think it will be cool if you're going to do more than that. Going going small is better, but yeah, make your commits as small as possible, and I think there will be no problems. Okay, so yeah, we were here. Okay, so we have this div that is the upper box for random for mobile alignment. Mobile alignment. Okay, so if this is this for mobile alignment, size controls. So we have, oh yeah, it is. Okay, so would it be better if instead of doing this, we use, I'm thinking because we have hide, hex code hide. Okay, yeah. I think it would be better if we separate each one of these on the same box, because you can use this and instead, like, you see this one has just the random picker, the random bottom picker, and the other, the first input. That the first input is the hex code. So we can separate this in different sizes or different dips. So let's just use this again. Let me copy and paste this. Oh my god, there's a lot. And what did I do? I did this right. So random color button, color white padding, material symbols outline. So it is it. Yes, it is. So it uses the span, and this is the button, and then the hex input button. And what I wanted to do is just to change this. And let me see where this is start and where this it finish. So let me. Oh no, this should be here. The thing that I want to separate was the button that is here. And let me just erase this and quit this right here again. Okay, so I think this was like this. And now let me see again if anything looks well. So we have the hex input box and we have the size controls. I'm just yeah, one issue per one PR per issue is better. But if you are contributing, like we are adding some new, we're just right now we're just adding random new features or stuff or things like that. So the proper thing would be to go here and, well, for me, the first thing to do is to detect if we need something, and if we did, because to be honest, I have never used this project. And the thing that I wanted to do is to first identify, well, what do we need to add? And before committing or making the PR, I would first make the issue for just talking to the maintainer and say, hey, I identified that we don't have this feature on the project. So what do you think if we add this? So there are a lot of online issue templates, and also if you want to create an issue template, that would be great for just making your maintenance a little bit more easier. To use those templates to say, hey, I don't know, which browser are you using? Is your change an enhancement? Is it a visual thing? Is it a bug? Is it a JavaScript problem? Is it a CSS enhancement or some things like that? So that would be cool. But yeah, just before committing or making our PR, I would first create an issue, and after creating the issue, I will wait until the maintainer says something, right? Okay. Okay. So I have agreed behind the open source organization, and do you think you can talk us a little bit more about that? While you type this, I'm going to continue here. Okay, so we have the size controls now. So we have the height, and okay, so the thing I wanted here was the dip one. Let me just use it. Let me just cut this again, then copy and paste this, hit this, and add the, oh my god, and add the other one. Wait. Now let's just format the document, and let's see how this looks right now on my React project. So is it different? Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's just inspect this. And yeah, this was the thing I wanted to do, just to separate everything like this. Okay, so we have everything right now. So as you can see, well, let me just stop sharing and share the full screen so you can see the DevTools. Okay, so let me share my entire screen. And I think that you are now able to see the screen. No, you're not. Now you're able. Okay, so yeah, so we have the example right here. So now the thing that we need to do is just to, hey, now we have identified that we are using the flex direction column and things like that. So I will add something like to each one of these console upper box or on the screen, console upper box, font family, so we have blah, 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 blah. So let me just see if I can add something like flex grow, 1 or 2 inherit initial. Okay, got it. So then we want to use this one, I think. So let me see, we have the plots, So we have this, and I don't know if by using flex row will be the best idea. Flex row, inherit, reversal, No. Okay, so I think there was some CSS thing that we can use here for just adding for making that the box uses the full size. So let me search flex grow. So let's see for set flex row. So we are using flex row here. Okay, so let's see the MDN documentation. Example. So let me see the example. I don't see anything. Okay, so oh yeah, got it. So let me just play with this. While we are waiting for this, let me search again for flex row. And are you seeing the screen? Yeah, you're seeing it. Okay, so we have we have the div, So we have the div, is it? Yeah, it is loading. So we have flex route 2. So if we change this to our content is with flex display flex and flex, do we have flex direction? Justify content space around Okay, so I think we can just use anything like this. Let me quit everything and let me just erase anything. So we have the content and we're going to have 2 divs. The first one is going to be div, I don't know, just like ABC. And then we're going to have this once, and that content is going to have oh my god, that content and that content that deep so content is going to be display flex, and after display flex we're going to use display flex, and the flex direction is going to be column. And finally, each div is going to have a background color of, oh my god, background color of red or something like that. So the thing I wanted to see here is how we can use each one of these for to use a flex row. Flex row, it was 1 or something like that. So we have flex row property. Blah, 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 definition, usage, syntax, flex row number, initial, inherit. Okay, so it will be flex row 1. Flex row 1. And then run. I don't know why it takes a lot of running, and the content you have, I don't know why there's no, should this be working like this? If not, let me see if I can use it like in this example that I was using here. So if I add one and I add the, so it does have a weight of 50%, but are we using console upper box? So display flag space between, and then we have weight of yeah. So we have the input. So we have flex, margin top, console model on the screen, console upper box. Can we use the width of 100%? So like 100%. Is this one? No, actually it's this one. Sorry for that. So we have the console box and width of 100%. No, neither way. And so we have the zip class. So the div class should be with a weight of 100%. Yes, it does. Okay, so we can change that value on the CSS. And actually, just let me quit this to see if it is going to be still working. Okay, and if I add this, it is still working. Okay, so the console box, I added something. I think I did. Yeah, so we need to add to the console box and also to the console input container. So let's just return to the code and let's go into the console models. So we have upper box and console input, right? So we have console input and we have the media, the console upper box, console hex box, input box. So it was console input container, margin 0 pixels. So we have console dimensions, hex box, input box. What was input box? Was it this one? Let me see, because we have this one and this actually is not 100%. Oh no, it does. It is not. So we need to add the 100%. No. And if I add it, no. So then here, yes. Again, we need to use it on the console box and also on console input container, right? So we need to use the console box, console box dimension. Okay, so we have console and we have box and it is the input. So then we should use console weight of 100%, and again this is with 100%. Well, we don't need it here, we need it on console slash box. Okay, so console dot slash box. It was on here, right? Okay, so we have dimensions box and we have box. Okay, yeah. So is this div? Dimensions box, dimensions box div. So I'm supposing that this is the input box. So we're using the weight of 100%. And also we are going to use the dimensions box that is right here, right? So we have input box, have the input box, and we have the input. So we have the input box. Okay, console.input box is correct already. So then we need to use that input input. input box input with a width of 100%. And then let me just format the document. Great, got it. So let's see, does this work? Let me just refresh this. And no, it doesn't. But actually it does work with this one, with this and this, but this was not working. And I think, oh yeah, the GitHub one. Okay, so we have the code, the hex code right here. So again, what is going on? So we are using on this. The input is 100%. The input container, console input container, console hexbox. Okay, it's a hexbox actually. Yeah. So width of %, and let me see if this now works. Yes, almost. It is almost working. Almost. So we have the input box. So the input box is working. We have the width. So we now need to add it to box. So what is box? Do we have box here? Okay, so we have dimensions box. Okay, we have hex box. Okay, so box we should add it we should add the 100%, right? So we have box shadow. Okay, yeah. So we should just add the rule here of box. So console.box, media query, well, where did we add the 100% with of 100% console.input box, and this is the media max width of, yeah, I think they should be okay. Okay, so console.box should be added here. So console that box and width of 100%. I don't know if this applies to the other boxes, but if it does, I think now that should be okay. Okay, now it works. And we have our hex code here. Do you think it is good if we put this like here, or do you want it like in a separate way to be, so this takes the whole width of the box? Like, I mean, instead of using this, we can use just use this upper box right here and make a width of 100%, and then use the button and use it again, like putting in a width of 100%. Do we have something here? Well, we have the span, right? But oh yeah, we have the margin. Do we have a margin? Margin 0 pixels. Yeah. What do you think? Do you like it better like this way, or do you want it like just a small button on the left side? Oh yeah, so let me just not to remove, but how can I just let me just read the comments a little bit. So thank you for sharing, love you. Flex one means okay, yeah, flex shrink. Okay, got it. So what are you guys working on? Not able to see properly. Probably reload versus. Well, I mean, for a small small screens, it was a little bit harder. And the cool thing about this is that you can use it again on iPad or tablets and things like that, you know. But again, this is just an suggestions, like a suggestion. I'm not saying like, hey, you should have this. That we're just working and see if the community likes it like this way, or the community likes it the original way. Um, so let's just compare both of them. So we have this one. Okay. So let's see. Let me just add this here. So we have this both of these. Oh no, my bad. So we have this version that looks like this. We have this version. So we have this these buttons and these inputs that are like this way, and we have the other version that looks like this. Because we added some other inputs, we have to still fix the height of this. And oh, okay, I think we have some. So we have fix top transform top. Is it because of the top? Let me see. Let me see the computed layout. Okay, originally it should be looking like this, right? But because we need to still fix this, let me see, why do we have this? Is it because of the top? No, actually it is not. Okay, so box shadow, margin. Yeah, we have this margin, space mono. I'm trying to figure out why we have justify content space between. So the height is of, okay. So if we add just more height to it, like, can we add like fit to content? Yeah, we can. Okay, so we add the fit to content feature, and we need to add another gap, right? So this, so it is stretch align items stretch. Okay, so we have the stretch, and we have the justify content space between. So it is well here. So where is the display? Okay, so we have the flex direction column. And where's the flex display block? So let me see, where is the display of this one? Do we have a display flex? Sorry for this. It's display. Yeah, so we have this on console right here. So we have the display flex here. And can we add something like gap of 10 pixels? Or even, I don't know. Yeah, I think 10 pixels is more than enough. Oh my bad. Yeah. So now so what do you like most? Do you like this one, or do you like this version? Like, let me know. Like, do you like this one? Do you like the other one? Should we just return to the original face? Just let me know which one do you like the most. Yeah, it was from my network. So yeah, I'm just going to try to fix this to add to the console the gap. But again, if you want, we can just go again and change this, like change it as it was. And yeah, okay, so we have the screen belt. So let's go to the code, and what we did identify is that on the media query here, so we add console. Okay, so we have flex direction column, console box, blah, 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 blah. So whenever we have this console, again, let me see this because I totally forgot what I was doing. So background model, background has a flex direction. So display, background, playground. Is it called? No, it was pointing to this. It is actually console. Console. Interesting. So it is gap background color white, color black. Okay, so do we have this here? No. And what happens if I, instead of adding this here, I add it down here at the white one that I have right here. So what happens if I add just gap of 10 pixels? Okay, it happens the same thing. So yeah, let's just add it there, like gap of 10 pixels. And we needed to add something else, right? I don't know. Oh yeah, the button. Okay, so let me just reload this to see what I need to change. Oh yeah, the top, the size of the console. So let's change this to 113. So is it enough? No, it is not. Well, let's use, instead of this, like, let's see which size do we need. So we use this here, and we actually need something more like, oh yeah, fit to content, right? Fit content. Okay, yeah, so let's just use fit content. And let's add it here, fit content, and the width is the hand, blah, 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 the bottom, right? Yeah, the bottom. So let's see. So we have download, oh, my bad. So we have download here. We have GitHub, and let's see, yeah, the gap of 10 pixels is already applied, but we have not applied this to the button, right? And so the console, so the random button is called, I don't remember. So the random, blah, 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 random button. So we have mobile alignment, size controls. Oh yeah, it was here, right? Random button and new color buttons, it's called. So let's see, let's add new color button, and let's see if there's another rule. I think it's not. So let's see, console input focus, download, no. It's down here, or let's just ask for media query, yeah. So let's just add another rule to the button here, console hexbox input box, okay, opera box. So let's add this new color button, and let's add the margin 0 and the width of 100% of 100%. And let's see, is it working right now? Are we missing something? Yes, it is. So, ta-da, we made it. Oh yeah. So in this case, do you think, like, what do you hackers think? Should we change this? Like, should we center everything, or should we, like, when I mean center everything is, I mean, instead of being here like at the left, to make it like the line center, or because we're using like Flexbox and things like that, just align everything to the middle. I don't know. What do you think? Was the mobile viewport? Okay, the other one. The other one. Like one. I think with your measures and changes, your modification. Left align. Okay, so we are going to use the left align then. Okay, so we have made the changes. We have made everything. So now let's see, how do we add, like, which is the best rule for you for adding a new commit? For me, it is just adding an emoji, and this thing for now is just added. So we add some new features, and which new features did we add it, right? So the new features are transition, mouse, hover and buttons, transition animation, like added, mouse hover and buttons, transition animation, and I think with this we should just add the git button. It was the git button, right? Yeah. was the Git button and console. Did we add something at console? No, I don't think so. So let me see. And on the bottom one, we just added the two ones here, right? The GitHub hover one. Oh yeah, and we added some changes here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and buttons transition animation. So I'm going to change it to buttons transition animation, and one more, and mobile UI changes. I think this looks long. I don't know. What do you think? Is it long? I think it's a little bit long. Can you check how it's looking at web screen? Yeah, widescreen. So widescreen. Let's see. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. And on widescreens, we only need to change this. Let's go to the laptop and let's just go again on console. Then on consoles, we just need to go right here, I think, console, and on console we should just use justify content space evenly, align item center, and the thing here is that they're not aligned on center, right? So what does this happens is because we're using dips inside dips, right? So we have console, so we have this one. Okay, so the thing here is that we are not aligning on. So we are justifying everything on space evenly. Oh yeah, my bad. So let's see, space evenly, what happens if we don't do anything, center. What happens if I use this line, so we have n, flex n, start. Okay, so I think it's because we erased some things right here, and let me see what is going on here. Okay, so we have the hide. The thing here is why the hex code one has and the button have not the same sizes, right? Are both of them separated? No, they are not. Oh yeah, totally, yeah. So we have 58 and we have 58, okay. So everything seems cool. So let's see how we can fix this. So because we have already the UI UX layout is very nice, the line center, it's positioning right on the mobile view. The GitHub button where should be positioned at? Oh yeah, you're right, this one. So do you think it is necessary to add it? Okay, so we have SE. Okay, so on those cases we have some problems, right? On the problems where we are not using, we don't have enough space. Okay, so let's see what can we do with the GitHub one. So we have playground, just GitHub mobile, I'm just looking up at what we have here. Let me just close this, and playground, and this, and this, and this. So we have root, playground. Okay, we are using playground, right? Okay, so we have playground. What happens if I use a gap of 10 pixels? Oh, I think we are not even using flex, right? Display flex for direction, align item center. So should we add something else? No, we are, oh, yeah, I think now I know why we have these problems. Okay, got it. So flex direction and line justify content center. And what happens if I use Or normal space around, space between. Okay, it does not happen. Sorry, anything? Space around, space between. Start. Space evenly. Okay, so it doesn't happen anything because of the sizes that we're using, I think. So let me see, 100% viewport, view height. Then we have display flex columns, So let's see. Okay, what can we do with this part? Okay. So let's see. Again, we have this button, I think it's because this div takes all the space that we have. Yeah, like play around overflow. I don't know why do we have no overflow? Nav container, the nav container is okay. We have this one that is okay also. But the thing here is why the GitHub mobile, does it have anything special position? Oh yeah, it is fixed. Display block, display flag, so where did the button go? I don't know. Display flags. Okay, so we have the GitHub right here. I want to understand what is going on right now. Play file, have font size, color, body. Again, we have the GitHub playground right here. So we have the position that is fixed. And it is okay. But when we are going like this, okay, so we have display block fixed. So we have the playground. The playground is play flex. Position. Are we using a position relative to this one? I don't know. So display flag direction. So will it be better in these cases that we don't have enough height? Do you think it would be better if we, instead of positioning like right down here, position it at fixed at the top right here, like making something like I know that this is incorrect, but what I'm saying is just add something like position relative, and this is just for displaying the where do I want to put this thing, right? Display fixed. Okay, I don't want this. I want display absolute, and I want to use this thing, and I want to use a top of pixels and say something like wide 10 pixels. I mean something like this, and instead of putting GitHub, put something like oh, do you know what we can do? Instead of putting it right here, we could put it at a menu or something like that. Like this looks a little bit red, like it is big, but we can use just the GitHub logo or something like that for you to contribute. Well, let me think. Like, which other, like for example, coolers. I think it's called coolers. So let's see how this coolers works with this. Uh, I don't remember if coolers was open source. I think it does. I think it is. But let me see. Is coolers open source? Huh. Say images. Set all cookies. Set height. No, it is not. Okay, so color picker, color generator. color palette generator. Canva makes okay. Open source color generation palette generator. Okay, so we have free and open source color palette generator. So let's see. So find out more. Download features. Okay. Oh, got it. It is not actually a web page. AI color palette generator. Call my alternative to launch. So let's see. Okay, so we have like this looks something similar that like we want to do. So in this case, we use generate like this. So yeah, I would say that we should just change the position of our titles and things like that. So we can just add the screen bows to the left. I'm thinking because how can we make this like clean enough so we don't take enough space when we have cases like this, and we have cases when we don't have when we have like variable heights, right? Like I know that this is not going to be a case unless you use a horizontal browser like this way, but yeah. I think it looks good like this, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if I like it. Okay, let me see the link. I don't know if I can. So data status. I don't know why I cannot copy and paste this. Do you think you can share it and you can send it to the Discord open source channel? Code generated random color and spacebar just like colors, and you can also add code generation. Okay. So we were using this, right? And we were seeing that maybe it would be great. I'm thinking because this looks good, right? But the problem was that were like the input ones, because it was like harder to. For example, if I was using this kind of UI, it would be harder for my right finger to get until like the top of the screen and select the hex code. But in this case, it's a little bit easier because I have a lot of space and I can use both of my thumbs to just tap on them. But I'm thinking like just making this position, like just positioning this is like the hardest thing in the world, right? And let's see another example of things like this. Okay, so let's just go here. Okay, so Google search Rickback ColorMind AI Power Generator. So let's see ColorMind. Okay, ColorMind looks cool. Well, I mean, yeah, so we have this one, but I mean, it doesn't look bad. The thing here is like, yeah, that is the main problem right here. So again, for these sizes, whenever we have like this kind of displays, I think instead of putting this the on the on the right, on the center, I think we can handle on to change it to the to the left. Don't you think? So let's just add this and screen bows. We're positioned to the center, huh? Okay, so we are using full width, and in this case, are we using full width? Now we are using width of 100%, of 50%. And we are adding padding of what? Of 30 pixels. Okay, so instead of using this, let's just take this out. Let's use the nap one. And are we adding some padding here? Yeah, we are using 40 pixels of padding. But it said, yeah, okay. So we're using 40 pixels of padding. So instead, let's just add the screen bows here. I'm thinking. So let's just quit this and do we have, yeah. Why is the padding right here just applying to the top on the bottom and not to all the padding, So do we need a margin then? Let's say it is a nap etiquette, like a nap tag. Margin, padding, padding of 4 pixels, 10 pixels, 10 pixels. Oh yeah, this is right. No, sorry, this is 0 pixels, and the thing that I should be adding here would be like 100 pixels, I think, and other 100 pixels right here. I don't know why I cannot add the padding like here. Interesting. So let's just, instead of using this, let's just use the width of, let me add the padding of 40 that we had, 40 pixels that we were using, and instead of doing this, let's just use the width of 50%, I don't know. Screen mouse, no, it was 40%, no pixels. 40%, that would be 80%, 30%. I don't know, like, okay, like this looks good, and it should be more like this, right? And I was using something like, where did I put this? Is it like this? Yeah, I was using it right here. Again, I'm just trying to know what do I want to do. It is not the how we are going to position things or how we are going to use the CSS rules. It is simply how I want to use the things that I have, right? So should we change the navbar to a div, or we can containerize and say, yeah, I think this is a better idea. Like instead of changing this, we can change the main container that we have here and add a padding or a margin of, yeah, we can add a padding to 40 pixels, I think. So we can use padding of 40 pixels, I think. Can we add it? Yes, we are adding that padding. So we can use the padding of 40 pixels that we are applying to our main container. And to that padding, we can just change the things that we have right here. Okay, but we actually, why? Oh, okay, it's the background. Okay, got it. So then we can add padding of 40 pixels right here. Yeah, we can. Again, my question is why the padding is just being applied to the Okay, so let's try another thing. Expose. But the thing think I want to do is just to make the container to add the padding so we can have this space around. We can set up just the nav and the model part to be of the same size. Change the order on mobile. Yeah, I was thinking about that, like changing the mobile view and things like that. So let me see. Open source agent. Okay, so this is how you wanted it to look like, or what? I didn't quite get it. This is how I wanted to look like. Send on Discord. Okay, yeah. So created on some AI agent. Okay, so you created this on Ela, that Ela, our partner. Oh, this is awesome. Looks cool. Awesome. Then let's continue. Let's just try to see if we can change this in some other order. Yeah, that is a problem because we are using this. Okay, so let me just reload everything and see what do we have here. Okay, so we had two problems. The first one is how we can how we can align everything to be on the same size. I think I do have the answer for that, and it's just by putting the dips that we added to each one of them. I think they are not necessary. So instead of putting everything inside an upper box, we can just use an upper box and put everything inside that upper box, right? So we have div class name upper box, and then we should be adding everything like inside this upper box. There you go. Have the span, shuffle, then we have the style upper box, then we have the dimensions box. Okay, yeah. Yeah, dimensions box and this dimensions box, blah, blah, blah. Okay, got it. So we have the button and the button. Oh, wow. What did I pick? Did I pick something wrong? Okay, yeah. So let me see if this works. So let's just first add the button, that this is a random color button, and then add it right here. Let me format everything. Then let me go into size controls, hex input box. So we have the box style here, and it finishes right here. So let's just add this down here. And now, and erase this. Oh yeah, I forget to add the hex input comment, right? And hex code. So then we have the hex input box. And finally, we have the size controls, right? So we have size controls and the same thing. Oh, well, let me just copy and paste this. Size controls, and this is the height. Okay, got it. And this should be right here. And finally, the width. Yeah, I got it. And dimensions box. Okay, but this should be inside the dimensions box. Okay, it is already inside the dimensions box. So then we should add this, I think. Box, input box, class name, and finally the download button, right? And this is after the dimensions box. So hex input box, so we have the hex size controls, and then dimensions box, okay, got it right here. So we have dimensions box, and finally we have the button, and I think we have now everything up to date. Let me just copy and let me just comment this. Okay, see, yeah, there you go. So let's see if this actually works. It does, but we have a mess right now because we were working on some other divs, right? So let's see. So we have made a mess. So now how do we fix it? So I think we can go just into upper box. Upper box is the one who is containing everything. Have we already formatted everything? Yeah, we have. We have the random color, we have mobile alignment. So yeah, so we have upper box. I think upper box is the main, yeah. Okay, upper box is the main container. So upper box is the one who we are going to change. So let's just see like display flex, flex direction, column. There you go. We have column working. Let's add a gap of 20 pixels, and everything is working well. And now we have to add the other one right here. So we have a flex direction again. Well, I think it is already flexed. Yeah, so we just need to add a gap of 20 pixels, I think. Or not, or no. We don't need to add anything. Console box. Should this be like this? Console box. No, I think I put both of them on the same console box. Yeah, okay. So let me just add the gap of 10 pixels then. Console box is window. So let me see. Should we add this inside? So should we have two dimension boxes? Dimension box. Wait. Okay, so let me just see if this works. So we have dimension box. Have the button. Dimensions box, and then instead of adding this one here, let me see where does it closes. It closes right here. Let me add it right here, and let me see if we can format everything. Okay, got it. So let's still see. Let me reload this again. And are we separated yet? Again, let me go into console box and then select flex. Display flex, flex direction, column. What? Oh, my bad. My bad. It was on the upper box. Okay, upper box again. Display flex, justify content and flex direction. Column. Okay, I think now everything is working well. So now we have to add the gap of 20 pixels. Well, that's a lot. The thing here is that I think buttons should have just a little margin right here, right? And we have the GitHub button that is making a mess. So let me just, for this time, just delete it so we don't care about it, just a little bit. And okay, now it looks something similar from what we wanted to do. The problem here is that we still have a problem right with this button. And this, okay, so we have here, so the button takes a lot of space. So let me see, we don't have any border, height of 40 pixels. This is also of a height of 40 pixels, yeah. So what do you think if instead we use this button, and because we are adding the same space, I'm thinking, you have the same spacing here. Okay, so I see the problem why we was having the problem with the hex code input is because the hex code input is not same box as the other ones. So let's see what is different. So we have the console input, we have the hex code. Let me compare them, compare the code. So we have the hex code, and the hex code is called the hex code input. So we have deep class name input box, and we have the, oh yeah, okay. So we have height, and are we applying the same thing on the weight and order? So we have box with input box. Okay. Width input box, height, shuffle, hex code. Okay, got it. Class name, container, Let me compare both of them. Okay, so we have this one, and let me just open another one right here. Or well, let me just see what is going on with these ones. So we have a style box again. Style, we have a div, div class name, input, span. Okay, we added two spans. Both of them are boxes, but the thing here is why when we are using this these two how do you say it? These two why are they not taking the same space? Because you can see that high and width have the space for the P, but hex code is not is not taking that space that it needs. So that is why the button looks a little bit closer to the other ones, to the like the button, the random button and the hex code input have less space than the other ones, right? So let's see. So we have this one and this. The problem here is that it is not taking the same space with this, but we're using the same class, so that is the interesting part here. Flex, so we're using, are we using flex? No, we're not. I mean, it's the same one, it's the same class. Interesting. So then, is there any other thing why are we not having the same? Wait, 100%, and let me just quit this. Flex direction column. Did we added the flex direction column? No, I don't know. This one and this one. Margin 0. Width of 100%. Yeah, it was the margin 0. That is why we was not taking that. Okay, so we were not applying the margin 0 to this specific hex box. I think we are overlapping CSS rules, so let me just change that on the console models here. So this is called hex code. So it is just an style box. So we have console box, and let's use the what? The margin 0. So now let's see if this applies to everything here. Yeah, I forget to add the rules, right? Flex direction, right, and display flex. And what is going on? So we have form. Oh my god, I have just 5 minutes left. So we have the display flex. Did I apply it well? Oh yeah, it was on the upper box. Display flex and flex direction column, right? Okay, let me see. And I forget to add the gap, right? Gap of 10 pixels. Yeah, now it looks cool, looks well. We did not need to add anything. So let me again delete this, delete the element. So now we have everything that we wanted, I think. So we have the display flex, and where does the gap went? Yeah, so there you go. So we have the gap of 10 pixels. And why are we still seeing this? Okay, so we have, yeah. So now it looks well, but does it works right here? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we need to add this to the upper box when we are on the media query of what? Uh, okay, so then we go here and where's upper box? Yeah, we need to add this to flex and hide the above but just in this way. And on the other way, we need to do another thing. So unfortunately, we have just 4 minutes left. So I know that we still have some work to do. We can take this work on part two. Fortunately, we are almost finished with making our UI well, taking it well right here. So maybe the best solution for this would be just adding it to the, instead of using the fixed position, just use it on the same navbar, but in a divided space, like space between or something like that. Uh, 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 uh. And yeah, so I think we have just 5 minutes. I'm not going to make the comment because we need to finish it on the next session. But if you have any other questions or something like that that I can help you with, let me just stop sharing my screen. And yeah, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Yej. Thank you, Manan. Thank you, Streamdim. Thank you, Shin. Um, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Adri. Thank you, Pat Boy. And thank you everyone for being here. We're going to continue on the next session. So like I don't know where my camera is bugging a lot. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here. And I'll see you on the next time. So see ya.